Hey guys, the Weed Porn Daily podcast is brought to you by the Weed Porn Daily Stoner Shop. Get your t-shirts, hoodies, iPhone cases, laptop skins, mugs, thermal shit to put your SpaghettiOs in. We've got it all. Pimp yourself out in some stoner swag and show your friends that you're a cannabis connoisseur. Shop.WeedPornDaily.com for all the greatest stoner clothing and accessory deals. All the proceeds go towards supporting Weed Porn Daily, and it keeps the website up, running, and full of lovely, lovely weed porn. So make sure to check that out. Shop.WeedPornDaily.com. And check out our website, WeedPornDaily.com, all the time for the latest deals. We post coupons all the time. We usually do flash sales, 20% off, 40% off, 50% off even, particular products on certain days. So you have to keep your eyes open if you're looking to get the best deal. But make sure to check it out. And that's it. We're not really sponsored by anyone. If you'd like to sponsor us, head over to WeedPornDaily.com/advertising and learn more about advertising and sponsoring with Weed Porn Daily. Support the podcast, the website, and the community around it, really. So hit the music, I guess. Hit the bongs. What am I saying? Hit the bongs, spark the joints, pack the steamrollers, whatever device you need, whatever format for your toking you've decided, or maybe it's edible. Consume it and let us go on this journey together. Welcome to the Weed Porn Daily podcast. I'm Grouch, the editor, owner, designer, the dude behind WeedPornDaily.com. Follow us on Twitter at WeedPornDaily. Follow us on Tumblr, blog.WeedPornDaily.com. Follow us on YouTube, WPD.TV.WeedPornDaily.com. And, which social network am I missing? There's more. You can follow us on Google+. There's a link on our website. You can follow us on our RSS feed. That's the best way to stay in touch. It's to stay on the pulse, rather. It's the direct feed into the latest Weed Porn Daily content. Or just check out the website, WeedPornDaily.com. Helps to follow along with the podcast too. I mean, what am I saying? If you're listening to this podcast right now, you're probably on the website. Maybe you're on Tumblr. Maybe. But yeah. Today's podcast, I've got 3 news articles to talk about, as per usual. 2 I'm just gonna kind of gloss over. 1 I'm gonna tear into a little bit because fuck the media, and I think that'll encompass my rant for the day too. Because I don't know, I can only get angry about one thing at a time. I'm very focused with my anger. I don't get angry at multiple things. I get angry about one thing, I handle my angriness, and I move on. So, if you'd like to follow along, head over to WeedPornDaily.com and click the Weeducation button up top. These articles, you may have to scroll down a bit or go back a page or two, but I'll mention the source too, so you can Google search it. Worst case scenario, or use our search up top. Study: over 200,000 marijuana arrests in Colorado over the past 25 years. This is from normal.org by Paul Armentano, the Normal Deputy Director. In 25 years from 1986 to 2010, police and sheriff's departments in Colorado made 210,000 arrests for the crime of possessing small amounts of marijuana, according to a report released today by the Marijuana Arrest Research Project, MARP. The study finds that cannabis arrests have risen sharply in the state from 4,000 in 1986 to 10,500 in 2010, and that young people are most likely to among those arrested. According to the report, 86% of those arrested for cannabis offenses were aged 34 or younger, 79% were 29 or younger, and 69%, what's up, were 24 or younger. Goddamn. This report also finds that African Americans and Latinos are arrested at greater rates than Caucasians, despite less likely to consume cannabis. African Americans residing in Colorado are arrested at 3 times the rate of whites, while Latinos are arrested at 1.5 times the rate of whites. The report is first study to document arrest rates of Latinos in Colorado. Interesting. Proponents of Amendment 64, the Regulate Marijuana Like Alcohol Act of 2012, believe that the arrest data emphasizes the need for the passing the measure this November. I feel like I'm high and fucking this up, but no, it was just... I'm pretty sure it was badly written. Let me read that again. Proponents of Amendment 64, the Regulate Marijuana Like Alcohol Act of 2012, believe that the arrest data emphasizes the need for passing the measure this November. If approved, A64 would immediately amend state law to allow the possession of up to 1 ounce of marijuana and or the cultivation of up to 6 cannabis plants by adults. This is a really interesting article to come out because this week has been the fever. It's been legalization fever all week. And it's been all up in Washington, Oregon, and Colorado, because they're the states with legalization initiatives and ballots legalization measures and initiatives on their ballots. There you go. Fucking legal mumbo jumbo, man. But basically, they get to vote on legalization. So for a study like this to come out and highlight this in Colorado, maybe it'll get a little swing in voters voting yes for legalization. It'd be nice, especially showing that highlighting the racist roots of cannabis, because a lot of people don't necessarily know the history. Like, a lot of people are in the dark with cannabis because a lot of the information has been withheld over the years, and now with the advent of the internet, they have the resource to go out there and learn about cannabis. But even there's still there's lies out there, propaganda that's been spread and is persisting. And you have to actually want to go out there and learn about it. That's the biggest problem. And a lot of people don't really care enough. So this is nice. This is where did I see it? I recently saw it in a YouTube video. How to be a marijuana activist. If you just type that in, I'm pretty sure you can find it. And it talks about Mark Emery, and it's actually got a speech where Mark Emery talks about the roots of cannabis and how the first use of cannabis was by jazz singers in their, what I guess, bars, cafes, whatever places they were singing at. And the fear was that they were taking white women, getting them to smoke weed, have sex with them, and taking their virginity, because obviously all the white women that went in there were virgins. So it was this racism and this ignorance that is still perpetuated today with the minorities. I say that with quotations, being really, what's the word here? Just being really discriminated against. It's horrible. So hopefully people vote yes for legalization in Colorado. We'll see. Thank you, Normal, for reporting this. I mean, that was the only place I saw that reported this. I mean, they broke the story, and no one's actually like redistributed the story yet. This next story is the rant. I don't know if you guys saw it. This comes from the Star Telegram, Times Register. I don't know what the fuck this website's called. Times Register is the big logo. Marijuana-laced brownies at Trophy Club School also contained LSD. By Domingo Ramirez Jr. Additional tests on marijuana-laced brownies that were confiscated Monday at Byron Nelson High School in Trophy Club showed that they also contained LSD, Trophy Club police said Wednesday. One of the brownies was eaten by a 17-year-old student who passed out and had to be taken to the hospital. Test results came back showing that there was LSD in the brownies, said Trophy Club Police Commander Lee Delk on Wednesday. That is why it made her so sick and caused her to go unconscious. A 15-year-old student at the Trophy Club, accused of providing the brownie to the girl, now faces stiffer drug charges, police said. It could go from a delivery of marijuana to possession of a controlled substance, Delk said. The boy was taken to Denton County Juvenile Detention Center on Monday and later released. Neither student was identified. No other interesting information. Alright. Here we go. Here's my rant. I don't know if you guys caught it, but I'll reread it here. Test results came back showing that there was LSD in the brownies. Test results came back showing that there was LSD in the brownies, said Trophy Club Police Commander Lee Delk on Wednesday. That is why it made her so sick and caused her to go unconscious. That is why. Because there was LSD in the brownies, and that is what made her so sick and made her pass out. Has this guy ever taken an edible before or smoked a lot of weed? Like, I can't imagine to be a 17-year-old kid and probably never taken weed, and you just take like a massive amount of weed into your system. Like, you're gonna pass out. You're just gonna fall asleep and trip the fuck out in your dreams. And LSD can't be baked into things. Like, LSD is not. I'm pretty sure the heat probably fucked up the LSD. So I can't imagine how that affected her at all. And she would literally, she would have to eat the paper. And I'm pretty sure if she was eating a brownie and she felt paper, she would not eat that shit. She's 17 years old. She's not like a 4-year-old child. Like, she understands how to eat paper. And I'm sure it takes a while for the edible to kick in. So she's not eating it, and she's not baked like eating it. I mean, maybe she might have gone back and eaten more later. I don't know the whole story here, but like it's just she had to eat the paper, and that is ridiculous. Like, I can't imagine anybody eating the actual paper. And then I can't imagine the actual paper being potent after being baked into the substance, unless the guy just placed it afterwards. I don't know. She'd have to eat paper. Very unlikely. Very likely that she was very stoned and passed out, and it was a very innocent thing. And this kind of the way they word things in this article, the way they present things, it demonizes LSD. Like, automatically, just because it contains LSD, it's a problem. Like, right in the title also contained LSD. Like, it's a problem, you know? Like, well, I mean, I can understand the problem, but it's made into this like drug that'll knock you out, that'll make you sick. When it's a drug that can enlighten people when taken correctly, and you don't like drug people. Like, well, I was just about to compare it to roofies. Like, man, roofies suck because people will sneak them to you. If you take a roofie yourself, it's not that bad. Roofies are pretty bad. But if you take LSD and it's not snuck onto you, you could have a wonderful, wonderful experience. Even if it's a bad experience, you could have an incredibly enlightening experience, and you could learn a lot. So to say that it makes someone sick and it'll just make you pass out, it's something very ignorant, and you can tell that he was educated by drug war propaganda. So it's a little disheartening, really. Lee Delk, Trophy Club, police commander. He's a police commander, and he has never taken LSD, dude. Like, I wish that the people in the highest positions would take mind-altering substances, just so that they could be leveled out. Well, I mean, they don't necessarily all have to take it, but I wish that they would all reach that level, because once you reach that level in any of your practices, whether it be yoga, or if you fucking climb Mount Everest, or it's just this meditative practice of just reaching that focus and reaching that moment of enlightenment. If those people aren't getting that, and they're just living in this, like, in this sea of I hate to drop it like this, but just like a sea of Fox News, and just reading their newspaper, and just accepting what the media says, and never looking past it, never doing the research, never caring to do a little work themselves. It's sad. It's really sad. Police commander. So that wasn't a rant as much as a sad, teary tussle. This next article, I'm not gonna say much about it, because there isn't much to say about it, other than bitching a bit. But Santa Monica extends ban on medical marijuana dispensaries. This is from the Cannabis Culture magazine. It's cannabisculture.com. The council voted unanimously and without discussion to extend a 45-day moratorium on permits allowing medical marijuana dispensaries in Santa Monica. The ban, which the council voted to extend for 10 months past its November 5 expiration date, would prevent any permits or land use entitlements for people looking to open up medical marijuana dispensaries in the city. This is about waiting for the Supreme Court to settle some law. At least I can hope, with a little bit of time, that the law will become clearer and every city's rights are better understood, said Mayor Richard Bloom. I think most people have recognized that there are health benefits to some folks to using medical marijuana, he said, but added that the issues is complicated. I think discussion in Santa Monica is a little piece of a much bigger discussion that we've been avoiding for a longer time because it's controversial and it's complicated and we have put ourselves in conflict with the federal government as a state, he said. So this is a prime, super prime example of another official pussing out in the federal flashlight, the DEA crackdown. You know, they don't want to get stuck in all the sticky business of marijuana. So it's sad. It's sad that there were patients in Santa Monica, and now that they have to go out of their district to get their medicine, like they have to go out of their way, and these are sick people, and you're forcing them to go even further for their medicine. So it's really disrespectful to the sick. I mean, it isn't just about the people who are getting high. Those are other people who are just like token up. I mean, everyone does medicate from it, and it is a wonderful plant. But the people who have cancer, the people who are disabled, the people who are just having really hard times, and cannabis helps them, you know, putting the cannabis further away from them is not helping them at all. And I don't really see the problem that the local government faces from the crackdown itself. Like when these dispensaries get closed, the DEA comes in, they take the pot, they take the money, they destroy all the cameras and shit, and they leave, and that's it. And sometimes the dispensaries take them to court, and that's it. Like it's not costing the state any money other than maybe it costs them some like money that we're not seeing directly. But it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like the dispensary owners are just eating this fucking crackdown. Like the DEA comes in, takes all your merchandise, takes all your current money, and says adios, says start over again if you dare. So I wonder why these people pussy out. What's up, Mayor Rich Bloom? You got a pussy, bro? You got a vagina between that leg? Or you got like a fucking cock and balls, bro? Do you have the cojones to stand up and say, I want to give medicine to the people in my district, my town? And we'll fucking legalize it soon. How about that? We'll go as far to say that we will legalize it. No, I'm pushing it now. But that should come up soon. So interesting article, man. Keep up with the weeducation to see if your medical marijuana has been banned in your town or district. It's very important to stay up to date because the laws are constantly changing. I've tried to create a page with all that information before, but with the rate that the information changes, it's so difficult to keep it up to date and with proper information and links and all that stuff. It's a hassle. So educate yourselves. Go to WeedPornDaily.com and go to the Weeducation button right up top. Stay up to date with the news. What else is there today? Oh yeah. In the WeedPornDaily universe, we're gonna have our first giveaway. Mrs. WeedPornDaily just dropped off the main prize in the giveaway. We're gonna have 4 packages, going out, and each package is gonna have a book, like a little notebook, with a custom printed, like hand crafted weed leaf psychedelic pattern. And it was made by Mrs. WeedPornDaily. She's quite the crafty person. She made sure to use as much hemp as possible. Very sweet of her. And she donated these for the giveaway. And I have to head down to the head shop and pick up some rolling papers and some hemp wicks. And those will be part of the prize packages. So keep an eye out on WeedPornDaily.com to see when the giveaway is happening. I'm only gonna have it for I believe 2 to 3 days maybe. So you have to really keep your eyes open. Excuse me, and you'll be able to enter via Tumblr. It'll be a reblog, like you can reblog it, and you have to follow WeedPornDaily. And there will be one where you can tweet something, and you have to follow us on Twitter. And there'll be another where you like us on Facebook, and write a message on our wall. And all those will make you eligible. There'll be one entry. And each reblog will be worth one entry. No giveaway blogs, of course. Sorry, guys. But yeah, very, very simple giveaway. I wanted to make you guys have as much possibilities as possible. Get as many entries out as you want. And make the first giveaway go as smoothly as possible. Get you guys some nice prizes. This is all the cash that you guys donated and that was contributed to the website. I'm very pleased that I'm able to actually host the first giveaway. Thanks to you guys. It's a momentous occasion, to say the least. So thank you guys very much. If you want to donate towards more giveaways, you can go to WeedPornDaily.com/contribute, and you can donate via PayPal directly, and that goes towards giveaways. Other than that, in the WeedPornDaily verse, I've been posting updates on the website. You can go to WeedPornDaily.com/tag, or you can just click the WeedPornDaily button right on the website, and it shows you the latest updates. I've been posting a lot of new weed porn. I've been posting actual updates. Like I've been actually showing you guys, telling you guys exactly what work I've been doing every day with WeedPornDaily. The inside scoop of the WeedPornDaily offices. Not that much is happening. It's just a lot of content creation. Recently added the White Widow strain to the strain database. You can see that by going to db.weedporndaily.com. And I don't know. It took a while to add White Widow. I mean, it's taking a while to add every strain. Excuse me. But White Widow is a strain that I hear a lot about. At first I thought it was only popular in the UK, because every video I'd seen of people in Amsterdam, people just stoners all around UK and Europe in general. I lumped in Amsterdam and the UK like an American there. But that region that seemed to just gravitate towards White Widow. Like that was the creme de la creme for them. One of the luxury strains. because it wasn't something they weren't getting often. You know, it wasn't like cheese. It wasn't any Kush. It was this, like, you know, the stuff that you buy for like a party. You know, like your party, like your birthday, man. Like you treat your treat. And I thought it was just that, you know, European thing, until I started getting asked from Americans, and they were mentioning how White Widow was one of their favorite strains, and I should post more White Widow. And I was kind of surprised how White Widows gained this popularity. Because I hear about all the other strains, you know, Granddaddy, Purple, Purple Kush, what other strains? Northern Lights, Skunk, Haze. But rarely do you hear White Widow. Excuse me. So I thought it was interesting that it was receiving this popularity. I mean, as I wrote in the actual I don't know what to call it, the strain breakdown. It's a potent strain that's it's known to get very, very frosty. So I can see why people would see it and just it would be a very memorable moment. Like, you'd see this frosty nug in front of you, and you'd say to yourself, wow, like, I've never seen a nug that white before. And it would be ingrained in your mind. And then when you smoke it, it's very potent. Like, whenever any bud is potent, it's very memorable. Like, it's memorable in the way that it's not memorable, because you were so fucking high that you don't remember, but you remember smoking the bomb-ass weed. So, I could definitely see why it's one of those very popular strains. It deserves its popularity. It earned it, definitely. I've never personally smoked White Widow, but I would love to. I've heard many great things about it, and researching it did not make the need any better. I mean, so many great reviews about it. Just compliments about the high. I love the flavor of bud. I love to see the bud, and that's the two great aspects to appreciate. But the high is also something very much that I appreciate, and I love experiencing the different frameworks of each strain, and that each type promotes or gives out. Yeah. So, White Widow, new strain. Check it out. Not that much going on with the website. I actually, yeah, I partnered up with Sensi Seeds recently. They own like an umbrella corporation with like a couple other websites. But we'll be advertising Sensi Seeds on the website. Make sure you check that out. Click the link and check out their website. We're supposed to make 500 clicks a month, and I'm pretty sure you guys can do that. Pretty sure it'll get 500 clicks at least every month. Actually, I think it was 500 clicks a day per month. But I'd be so happy if I got 500 a month. So hopefully they renew that after the first month. We'll see. And we it's a link exchange, so we actually got our ad placed on some like top site weird like weed farmer website. I don't remember the URL, but I had to make 2 ad banners to put on there, and we'll see if we get some audience from over there coming over here. I believe it's more of a UK audience, and I'm always down for building more of a UK audience. I was actually thinking about changing seed companies recently, because I've noticed that you guys haven't really been ordering any seeds from the current people that we're affiliated with, rhino seeds or cannabis seeds. I think I don't remember the name exactly, but it's the seed link on our website. And I was thinking about switching to Sensi Seeds because they gave me an offer to be affiliated with them, and we'd get a cut for every seed sold by them. The only problem is that just like rhino seeds or cannabis seeds or whatever one we have now, they only ship to the UK, and I know that was a problem for a lot of people on WeedPornDaily. But sadly, it's illegal federally to ship anything to the US. Even though it might be legal in California or Colorado, the mail is still handled federally, so it's illegal. And only illegal websites will sell you seeds to America. Or really, they're just like taking the risk. They're just like... Actually, I can't even say that, because some of the websites will send you stuff in like coffee cans or like incognito packages, so they're assisting in the illicit process. So I was thinking of going with Sensi Seeds, but I'm not sure how many UK people we have on the website, or just how many UK people are interested in even growing for themselves. I keep saying UK, I mean Europe. Sorry guys. Anybody in Europe who's interested in growing, let me know and I'll hook you up with Sensi Seeds, because they have some great strains. I believe they were the ones who developed Jack Herrera. I mean, anybody who developed a dope ass strain like that, they get my respect for sure. So I think that's it. Not that much this week, you guys. Sorry. I'm not that angry about anything. There wasn't that much news. It was all just op-eds again. Some more towards pro-legalization. I was happy to see that. But even then, I'm not that happy with the ones that come out, because they don't touch upon all the things that they could be touched upon. But even when replying, like sometimes I reply to the anti-cannabis ones, and I find it really difficult to just recall the facts that you get watching all those cannabis documentaries or reading any of the books. Like, I feel like it's an art that you have to craft, or really just an argument that you have to really chisel out and generate, so that you can pull out against these people. And I'm not there yet, so I don't blame the people who just want to get the word out, the good word out, and don't know necessarily how to phrase it that well, or what information to pull. But spread the good word, and if you're in Colorado, Oregon, or Washington, vote yes for legalization, for I-502, for Amendment 64, and for Measure 80, I believe, in Oregon. Just yes, man, get legalized, get the fight going even faster, because people say, I hear it all the fucking time, when is it gonna be legalized? When do you predict, Weedstradamus, that it's gonna be legalized? When do you think that the federal government is gonna legalize it? And I say to you, when you guys start legalizing it faster, man, when you guys start pushing initiatives in states where you can push initiatives and get it legalized. What the fuck, California? You had an opportunity. Get to it again. Legalize it. Boom. Like, get the fucking argument going. Get it so that it is an argument that's brought up in the fucking presidential debates. And it is something that the president actually has to come out and talk about. Or it isn't some shady shit where he he does some backwards talk from before he's elected to when he's elected, and then says a few things, and then that's it. Doesn't talk about it again, ever, when he's asked. Ignores it when we asked. So if we legalize it, maybe, just maybe, it'll get legalized federally. I mean, I believe that's how it happened with alcohol prohibition. A few states said, "Fuck it, we're gonna just legalize it." I don't know why it's illegal. It's stupid, and it caused a disturbance with the federal government, and eventually the federal government was like, "Okay, that was stupid," and went back on the decision. I mean, I do see the complications in it, and I've discussed it countless times. Well, not countless times. I've discussed it a few times on WeedPornDaily. How, what would we do with all the people in jail for cannabis right now? Would they just get a free pass? Do they just get a get out of jail free card? And what, like, we have a economy right now that's suffering with unemployment, and even though the unemployment rate is going down, what happens when I think it's like more than 60% of the people in prison are there for petty drug charges like cannabis? Boom, all those people out. Like, that would cause chaos. So even if it was just legalized and those people had to stay in jail and live out their sentences, I'm sure there's a law against it, like predeterminacta or something. I'm rambling now, but just legalize it, man. Get the movement going faster. Get the snowball going. Because if you don't legalize it, and you cry about these measures like, oh, the people who are between 18 and 21 are gonna be fucked. People who get pulled over high for swerving a little, or just for being discriminated against, they're gonna get tickets for being high. If you focus on these aspects, you lose sight of the greater picture, where you're shaving years off the wait time for legalization federally. That's what you're doing. Like, you're suffering a little more so that we can get it a little faster. Because that's all it's doing. Like, you can't argue that any sort of legalization, whether it be only medically or legalization for everybody, you can't argue that in any state doesn't push the movement forward a little bit more, or a lot more. Look at the impact that California and Colorado have had. Namely California. Everybody talks about California. It's the marijuana gold mine. That's like the new shit. Everybody went over there for gold, now they're going over there for weed. It's ridiculous. Undeniable. Legalize it. If you guys want to follow along with all the legalize it stuff, you can go to WeedPornDaily.com, and if you hover over the Weeducation button up top, we actually have an activism tag that you can go to, and I post all the pro-legalization and even the anti-legalization stuff so that you guys are aware of what's going on in the community. And I post petitions there, I post all kinds of stuff for you to stay active in the cannabis community. So I think that's it. Thank you guys for listening. That was an interesting podcast. It's always nice getting the news out to you guys. I feel like it really helps keep the movement on its feet. Because as long as you have the most recent information and you know what's happening, you can take better action. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for staying up to date. Thank you guys for donating. Thank you guys for going to the stoner shop at shop.weedporndaily.com and buying some sick-ass t-shirts that I designed. Thank you guys very much for participating in the giveaway that's going to happen soon, and keeping an eye out for that. And thank you guys for following us on Twitter at WeedPornDaily, or at Tumblr, blog.weedporndaily.com, or that's it. Damn, I was in pimp mode, pimping hard, but I lost the hose to pimp. So that's it. Thank you guys for listening. Stay high. You know, load up those bongs, pack those joints, just put a little keef on it. You know, celebrate, man. Celebrate the WeedPorn Daily podcast. Or put a little hash, man, if you got the hash. You know, heat up those hash nails, those skillets. Do a couple dabs for us. Get that milk in your lungs. Scrub those lungs clean, get them expanded. And get in tune with the good green ganja goddess. And accept that everything is okay. And let her show you that there are problems in your life. Because no one's perfect. And she knows that. And she wants to help you be closer to perfect. Because ganja is perfect. And ganja will only help you be perfect. Stay regular, superstars.